Hey, welcome into Sorare in the States. We are back after the first week of Major League Soccer, and boy, was it a banger. Most goals scored ever in a season opener because we keep adding more teams to the league, but shh, it's fun. We love goals, baby. Alex thinks there's an upset brewing tonight, and ZM Star, the D1s and letdowns, the MLS madness is incoming, and it continues. Jay Blaze is in here ready for this, so am I. Hoodwink in here. Hey, gents. Paddles up in here, too. Look, man, we have a lot to get going. And guess what? Alex was right this entire time. We all doubted him, but he was right this entire time. Sorare today announced that we are, in fact, getting an MLS special. There would be a special. There would be more cash on the line for us. I want to say what's up to all our international viewers as well. Let's go, baby. Alex, how does it feel to have been right this whole time about an MLS special?
I just felt like if you go look at how many specials they've been doing for these leagues, like for Europe, every single one of those leagues got a special. K-League got announced. I knew that we were going to get announced at some point, and people thought just because they made us a new comp that was going to make us immune to it. It ended up happening, so we'll see. The qualification things are a little weird, like what you need to get in. But we'll see what this does to prices now. Because I saw that you can see the downward trend post double up going away, but there most likely will be a little rise yet again. I think they're trying to be able to have another rise in prices before the eventual European rise comes in whenever those leagues end.
Yeah. Rest in peace. Our boy Daniel Brubaker has been waiting and waiting for his chance to hop into the market. And Sorare said, no, there he is. Mike Basson in the chat as well. What's up? Oh, and Hunter, self-proclaimed MLS dude now, watching the MLS. I saw those pictures. Yeah, finally getting into the MLS. You love to see it. Zach, how do you feel about this special on the front lines? We'll go into it here in a second, but your initial thoughts.
Dude, more money is great. And I think the requirements, we will get into the specifics of it, but just the 4-1, I'm glad they're letting it be 4-1 for this one, just so we can get more people in, which I guess hurts my chances of winning it, but still, I always want more lineups because that means people are paying attention to the MLS.
No, that's true. That's true. No MLS, no party, baby. That's how we do over here. And that's why Paulo is here. That's right. Hey, legends. Paulo is here too. Yes, the MLS special is coming up. It's not this weekend if you're watching it right now, the time that we're recording it this week. It is actually next weekend, March 7th through the 11th. Okay, game week 60, $20,000 in total cash. Prizes are up, but there's rules. A little good old specialist. You get a max one player that is above 60 L15, a minimum of 2 players at L15 of 50, max 2 players from the same active club, and no captain. So rest in peace, those collection scores, baby. And you get 3 lineups at least, but like you were saying, 4 in-season card lineups. I know a lot of people are a little spicy about the in-season requirements, but hey, guess what? If you don't like it, you don't got to play it. Just like I didn't play Hot Streaks, and just like my in-season gallery is a whole lot of nothing, especially since Robin Johnson got that late scratch right before the game. Yeah, great stuff. Great stuff. But we'll get into that too, because we're gonna talk about the weekend as well. But we just wanted to highlight the specialists. Well, I'm sure we'll do an episode. We'll maybe do some player picks for next weekend. I kind of look forward to that and see if we can win a little bit more cash. But talking about that, it was the first weekend of MLS. Alex, how did your lineups go this weekend? Did you win any cash? Did you win any essence? How'd it go for you?
I'll pull it up. I will say that I think I would say that I had a pretty good week if you subtract MLS from it. So I'll pull this. Yeah, if you subtract MLS from my game week, is pretty positive. So going into last week, sorry, it's gonna take a little bit to load, but we got 18 essence, not great. $15 cash. That came from Challenger. I guess it's now Challenger Europe, but it's just Challenger. And then a couple cards and some XP. Also got relegated 4 times. That's the most that I've easily had for a game week in a while now. But yeah, no, for MLS wise, I think it's all the way at the top. I had one go to D1 for Classic. This is just kind of this one kind of sucked just all around. Didn't get any decisive from Chicho or Lucha. That would have been nice. When it comes to in-season, Allende got benched. Didn't even play. That's fun. Zaha had a kid, so his captain bonus meant nothing. What else we got? Sporting put up a cool 247, which is helping me to hopefully get a hot streak at some point. We'll see how long that lasts. And then we actually got Aaron Herrera's air led to taken away, which ended up putting me into D1 for at least one of my rare lineups, which is a positive. This lineup actually looks pretty good, but if I would have gotten the captain right, I probably would have been able to pull a little bit more essence, but we take it. So yeah, not great for MLS. Everything else kind of went good, but with 31 lineups, I take 12 rewards. I take 33% hit.
There you go. It was a tough weekend. I think like we all got a little hype and speculation of who would do what in Champions League, and some players hit and some others didn't. But dude, Toby dropping a bomb in here. Hey, friends across the pond, I must say I was really, really surprised with the quality of the MLS this weekend. I would agree. It was a banging weekend. And Zach, would you say that a lot of these
Sorry, what I miss?
Oh, were you not here the whole time?
No, internet just dropped there for like 40 seconds.
You missed Alex going through his lineups, but I was literally just bringing it to you as you came back. Perfect. So you actually didn't miss nothing. I was going to say to you, because Toby brings up that the quality of MLS looks spectacular from across the pond, which we love to see because MLS is one of the most massive leagues in the world, baby. That's right. Would you say that all the splash signings and all the money spent this offseason was a success for Major League Soccer and our lineups? Because a lot of nice surprises this weekend.
I would say probably overall, yes. It's been the scouting has been successful. You know, we have obviously Zaha hasn't played. A few other players didn't do much, but on the whole, particularly like some of the big names like in Atlanta, they certainly Latte Loth had a monster of a game. Bamba had a monster of a game. So yeah, I mean, I think overall we've kind of gotten better at scouting in this league and bringing guys over.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Don't forget my boy Marco Pasalic, baby.
Pasalic, yep,
Pasalic. Come on. Dryer, maybe a little San Diego love. LA Galaxy's really bad. It's Hunter. I thought you were supposed to be a Charlotte guy. You can't be rooting for the expansion team. You can't underdog this right now. You're a Charlotte boy. Already jumping ship. Alex, what is one of the best things you saw this weekend? What you got? What you got for me?
I thought San Diego's, it was really fun to watch them. But LA Galaxy, they don't look great. They do not look great losing all those guys. So that's gonna be a team to fade for me, at least going in, minus Yamane and Peck. Even Peck, I think I might sell just because he didn't look that creative at all. I think losing Puig is going to be very disappointing for owners of him. We'll see what he does. Obviously, San Diego kept a clean sheet, and so that's really positive. I picked up a Negri in season while his price was still low mid-game because I think he could be solid going forward. I don't know why it took me so long to get one because I've been talking about him for a while. But yeah, that was a fun game to watch. I watched the only other full game that I watched was Sporting in Minnesota. And Kelvin Yeboah looked good, but he is not getting any service. So we're going to see how that goes for him. See if he's able to, make some magic happen by himself, because that's probably what's going to have to happen. And then sporting wise, we just need to score goals like that. We just need to learn to score goals. Defensively, we're somewhat sound. Like we gave up, we just had one mistake and that's what led to the goal. But there might be clean sheets on the way for any Pools Camp owners that use them in U23. There might be clean sheets on the way, but yeah, we just need to learn how to score.
One day the poor SKC little buddies will figure it out. But until then, hey, it's not a terrible start, man. You guys are in CONCACAF Champions League, all right? Big massive club. All right, you guys got a lot going on. So yeah, we'll give you the benefit of the doubt to start. But San Diego did come out really strong in this first game. It was kind of incredible to watch. I can't tell if it was just LA Galaxy being really bad or San Diego actually being a really solid team in this, because realistically, the first goal was a bad giveaway in the back. And then the second goal was just LA Galaxy just scrambling for anything and San Diego just getting that second goal on the counter. So a little tough to tell, but I do like what I saw. And shout outs to Dryer. I think he was one of the guys that we brought up early in the preseason, and none of us really knew anything about, didn't know what to expect out of this team. But managed to get it done in that first game. A little bit of AA plus the brace. Zach, did you manage to watch this game at all? What's your opinion on San Diego?
Yeah, so I watched most of this game. I just was kind of a little disgusted with the Galaxy that I couldn't stay till the end with it. But I mean, going into it, San Diego brought in the right pieces. I thought they were building a really quality team. Don't know about their depth yet, but like their 11 looks just as good as like any other team in the league right now. I think the issue with Dreyer though was that his other in-season cards were mids, and he's now a forward in his MLS cards. Now, having a mid might not be bad. It's just in the MLS you're competing against a lot of other guys, so maybe having a different in-season mid for him is not what you're looking for, or maybe it is. But he looked great. Della Torre, which I had in the lineup, we'll talk about, not so good. I don't think McVay is the answer. He had a good game, but I don't think he is the guy back there. And so they got a few question marks. But overall, the Galaxy looked terrible. That's all I can say. I'm so glad Garces had such a terrible game from what people paid for that dude. I couldn't be more excited for that error led to goal, even though it really wasn't his fault because
It was
fired a fastball at him.
It was Mikovic's fault, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, go back and watch it if you haven't.
Yeah, he fired a fastball like into his hip.
God, this price chart is so out of control. It doesn't even show up properly.
You're missing one up top.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Come on, $97 for a Garces to start off the season because the LA Galaxy hype was too real. And yeah, they did just look bad. It was a whole lot of Yamane and Peck just trying to do it all. And it just wasn't happening for him. But I will say the same thing about Della Torre. Della Torre kind of stood out to me a lot too. He was very dominant in the midfield and kind of all over the place. Obviously, it doesn't always transfer to Sorare, but it is something to kind of pay attention to because if they do get it together, like what was his biggest? Yeah, possession lost. So if he can kind of get a little bit more comfortable in that midfield as this team continues to grow, his scores might pop up a little bit, but you never know. You never know. You mentioned Minnesota too, which also brings up the LAFC question. Which also Jay Blaze has been really upset with Rosales out for 2 to 3 weeks, which kills Minnesota already. How do you feel about that, Alex? Because you also are sitting on a Rosales.
Yeah, I crafted a Rosales. If you guys saw my tweet, it sucks for his price, and it'll be fun to watch him when he's back. But I wish he would have gotten defender cards. I think that would have been really cool to have, because that gives you bonus chance to get extra points. But it'll be interesting. Again, as I said with this game when I watched it, Yeboah didn't look like he was getting any service. So, and maybe Robin Lod not being in was a problem too. I will say Pereira took all corners while he was in, so he's a set piece guy for them. So it was him, and then when he got subbed off for Lod took corners. So whichever one of them starts, most likely, or will take corners. So look out for that. Maybe a little, Pereira's value a little bit more than what it was at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, me and Jay Blaze actually had a conversation about him before the first match week. We were like, "Ooh, this is a guy that's kind of going under the radar that could be one of those second-year guys that potentially pops off." Do we know why Lod wasn't in the starting lineup?
It was sort of a guessing game as to who the 2-8s were going to be. We knew that was what their formation was going to be, was 2-8s, and it was between Pereira, Dotson, and Lod, and Lod just got pushed out. But I assume that it'll be rotation throughout who's going to be those 2-8s. It'll be hard to guess who it's going to be, but I think that when they're home, playing at home, Minnesota, those 2-8s could be very, very good. And so pairing them with Yeboah could be good. And also I will say Longuane at right back, he might have found his home there. He doesn't have to challenge for any sort of striker spot. With this new formation, that should be his spot from now on. So look out for that as well.
Yeah, that is something really good to pay attention to. But what we really need to look at, shout out Chris the MLS card guy, is Aaron Long continues to smash. This is like 3 games now where he's just completely smashed his face off, or 2 games. Continues to get it done. LAFC defense. But the biggest storyline, Zach, and I want to talk to you about this, is the made man himself. Are you sold on Jeremy Ebobisse? We've had this conversation. We have consistently talked about how Giroud is dust. Jeremy Ebobisse gets the start and scores an incredible goal, might I add, because it wasn't just a little tap in. It wasn't nothing. It was a giant goal. So how are we feeling now after seeing Jeremy Ebobisse start? Do we think this will continue? And are you in?
Do I think he starts? I think he will be starting more, but I imagine I could see them certainly like Giroud getting like home starts or something, and like Obobisi getting the away. Like I would not count on him week in week out, but I definitely think he proved a point that at least if he gets to play, the striker will put goals in for LAFC.
Yeah. I mean, it's an $8 rotation piece right now if you're looking at the auction market. So, but going ahead and guessing when that rotation will happen and when people not, is a whole nother headache. Oh, where are you on the Abobasi watch, Alex? Because I know you did do a little degen this weekend. Was Abobasi one of them?
I didn't buy any Abobasi. No, I think that rotation is gonna be weird. Again, I'll say this. I'd said it on the show and in our chat that like Giroud is just not a good footballer anymore. And if you watch that game when he came on, dude, he had like 2 chances that he just fluffed. I don't think they counted as BCMs. But like when he came on, they played him through multiple times and he just couldn't. Yeah,
he got one.
But he just can't finish anymore. Unless the ball is put right in front of goal, it's going to be hard for him to score. And that's why he has not scored in an LAFC uniform in the MLS in his career. So hopefully Bobasi starts more. For now, I'm going to lay off just because the rotation's weird. I still think Bouanga discovering AA is great. And yeah,
do it.
Yeah, so that's still where I'm at. I'm currently looking at my lineups, trying to figure out what I'm going to do, and I'm probably just going to have a mini LAFC stack.
Mini LAFC stack, huh? Which includes who?
Lloris, Hollingshead, and Bouanga.
Okay, I like it. Yeah, LAFC is going to continue to cook. Minnesota, we'll see. But another thing, and someone who brought it up, Toby brought it up. How would Jack McGlynn only cost $2 million is crazy. Yeah, what's crazy is Jack McGlynn dropping 52 AA in his first game for Houston. Now, I'm not saying Houston is going to be great, okay? Dallas taking him down with Peter Musa with a goal and an assist. Are we buying this Jack McGlynn stock? Do you think he continues to do this all season? We love Jack McGlynn as a player. Obviously, going to a new system. Don't really know how it's going to fit, but wow.
Yeah, I'm a big believer that McGlynn will do this all season. I think it was mentioned on the broadcast because I did also just kind of check into some games where he was basically given the go-ahead by the coach to be wherever he wants to be with the ball on the field and just take up that Ache role and just do whatever he feels comfortable with, and the team will kind of play around him. So, yeah, I think we can expect huge games from him, all while the Dynamo probably continue to lose. To be honest, like they're just not a very good team.
Yeah, and I mean that was kind of the worry. They got rid of a lot of players: Hector Herrera, Karaski, a lot of their midfield gone. Ezekiel Ponce didn't really show up last season. Bossy has always been awesome, and this makes Bossy a little bit interesting too. Because if Jack McGlynn could take over a lot of the more creative work in the midfield and just kind of let Bossy do his thing in the box, that might be, and it could help Ponce too. Alex, are you on the McGlynn train?
I like McGlynn. I think he's going to be great. I'm going to look at his price after this, see if I like it or not. But what I'm liking is that dude up top for Dallas and what he's doing. And you know that I'm a fan.
That's right. You did degen into a Peter Musa as soon as the Lucho news got announced. Lucho getting 80 minutes in this match, not really making it happen. That's fine. It'll take time. We know what Lucho can do, but Musa being on the score sheet and Anderson Julio is massive for Dallas. I did do a little betting over the weekend, and I did actually take Dallas winning this game. I thought about it. I went for like a 0-0 kind of gross game, but I was like, I don't know. That Dallas attack with Lucho is looking kind of nice. And yeah, Houston is down bad. No Steve Clark, no nothing. But anything stand out to you, Zach, on any of this other than Jack?
Yeah, I mean, one of, I believe, 4 error led to goals on a bad back pass from, I think that's what happened this weekend, including Alba is also one of them. I mean, but again, if Bartlow's in your starting lineup, and I understand there was injuries or whatever that they didn't have their normal center back, but Bartlow's your center back, you're in a lot of trouble. Gives that ball away to Musa, he bangs it in. Then I believe McGlynn, looking for the call, goes down, no call, and then that's when Musa just ripped it to Julio and like broke the lines like on a 3/4 field pass. It was really nice, and then Julio just deked the keeper and put it in. So it could have been 1-1, but Dallas was just a better team overall.
Yeah. Overall, in a very questionable match on both sides. Anyway, is Musa your new Kuipers for this season, Alex?
No, because
Are you-
Moose is actually good. Like Kuipers was like kind of bad last year.
Wow.
But like as if you're saying like, oh, he's gonna like I like this guy. Yeah, like I like Musa a lot. I've been saying this for a second. Before I bought my Musa, I now have a rare Musa and a in season limited Musa. And I showed it on the. I don't know if y'all saw, but last time I showed my phone on the stream, and it was my picks for the season, and Moose is my golden boot, and so I still think that. I think this is a good start, and I think even if Lucho didn't do anything as assist wise, decisive wise, and he's doing this, and there's a little bit of AA in there, just a little bit, but yeah.
Wow. Rest in peace, Kuipers. So quick to be thrown aside. Alex has found a new toy, and it's Peter Musa. Yo, Trent Sorare trader in the house. What is up? What is up? I know we kind of moved off a bit, but any guy playable on LAFC other than Lloris, Hollingshead, and Buonga? Maybe Aaron Long?
Long for sure.
Long,
Martinez for now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also, I
Martinez,
mean,
maybe?
Marlon looked really good. I don't know if he's going to rotate, but Marlon looked really good.
Yeah, he scored
As
really
in
well
the-
too. Yeah, and I guess if you really want to take that shot on Timmy Tillman again, that's always a thing. Delgado maybe doesn't have that upside, even though he's looked incredible for this team. But that again, those things don't always translate to so rare. So got to keep that in mind. Take that with a grain of salt. Also, Mike Basson did drop. Damn, we got to go to Alex here because love to see all the managers going overboard on Jaden Nelson performance against 10-man Portland for 80 minutes. But boy, did he look fast from goal box to box all the way. Took it in himself. Doesn't need anybody else. Jaden Nelson just completely took this game over. Alex,
Dude,
Mike Basson's calling you out.
yeah, and I'm fine with that because oh my god, look up. You can like if y'all watch this game, he looked insane. He looked insane. And so I had market credits. I got him for I think like $7.
Market credits makes it okay.
Yeah, I got him for like $7 in season MLS. So, and again, I want to end up getting a Gould at some point, so he would be a collection piece as well. I'm in there I'm probably like, well, I'm gonna be like $14, whatever it is, but market credits.
He sold for $3 that afternoon.
Now he's up there. Yeah, I think his floor is 17 now. But yeah, I mean, like, he looks incredible, and that's kind of what I like to see. And I just needed a piece that was going to be good with this Vancouver team. We didn't know who was going to step up with no Fafa. So yeah, Vite also hit a banger, and then Gould did his thing. He almost had a penalty too. It was like a foot away from being inside the box. That Kamal Miller red card. So that would have been another decisive for him. But I mean, Takoka didn't get the clean sheet. Everything that you would expect in a Vancouver game happened. So yeah.
Mike Baston watched. The funniest thing was the Portland tried 6-8 times during runs for third and fourth goals and couldn't get close enough.
Yeah. Well, what happened was Nelson like did the thing where he kick it around the dude and then run around him. And he did that. I think he went like box to box and then slotted it across for one of his assists. And so, and again, if you don't believe me, like if you go look at the comments of them saying Dreyer won player of the week, people were like, dude, this should have been Jaden Nelson, like of how good he was. And so,
no, he really, and like a big part of this Vancouver team last year was Fafa Pico, and Jaden Nelson took that same role, everything that Fafa was doing, but just 10 times better and not as old. And it looked awesome.
Faster. So yeah, it should be
Which
fun. If you go look at Fafa's
go.
peaks. Go look at Fafa's peaks. That'll be hopefully what we see from Nelson a lot more frequently.
Which brings up another point, actually, overall this weekend about the MLS and this year. So, like last year, it was like Denny Bawanga, right? We would just watch Denny run, and he's like the fastest guy ever. Now there's like 7-8 guys that we're watching in this league now that are just absolute burners. Like that, I just can't believe how quickly the MLS is playing. Like the games themselves. The speed at which they're playing is like unbelievable right now. It was such a fun weekend with a lot of these new guys.
Oh, he was trying to grab his arms and shirt to hail him down, but literally couldn't get a grip. Yeah, Mr. Julio Ortiz. This is the culprit. Rest in peace, Julio Ortiz. He's murdered Jaden Nelson. Yeah, well, I mean, you guys know I've been really down on the Vancouver Whitecaps, but it was incredible. But dude, Portland. Oh boy, Portland. Let me tell you about Portland. Their defensive woes. We all said, oh, they'll fix their defense and they'll be fine. It just continues to go from bad to worse. I will say, David DaCosta, the 45 minutes that he did play, because he came in at halftime, he looked really good. He looked very agile, very creative in the middle, was trying to do his best, obviously, a man down. But just like you could tell that there was a lot of skill in there. Maybe not as Evander-esque, but dude, he was all over the place on both sides of the ball, getting back on defense, winning balls in the midfield. So that could bode very well for him. Clearly, this is a tough showing for Portland and not necessarily what they can do, but something to keep an eye on. But yeah, I'm still, as far as I'm concerned, I'm still pretty down on Portland. Alex, would you agree?
Yeah, they looked really bad this game. Like Vancouver tore them apart yet again. Similar, very similar to last season's game in the playoffs when I think it was the second leg of the play-in. Or not play-in. It was like it was something.
Yeah, it was a plan.
They messed them up bad, and this is exactly what that was. And so I think this bodes well for Vancouver, along with being very negative for Portland. I was talking with Thomas. I think it seems like if there's going to be a manager to get sacked, the first manager to get sacked, it seems like Neville.
That's what I was just about to say.
Probably.
I was like, to me, this isn't. I'm not ready to fade Portland just yet. I still think they have a team. I just think it's Neville. I think Neville is probably the guy to go, and I still think Portland can have a good year. I still think that there's enough talent on that team to win games. I liked Neville for what he was with Miami, but he was never a tactician or a dude who could like command the team very well. He was a friend of Beckham. That's what it ended up being, and I think it kind of showed that he's just not a great coach, is what I'll say.
Well, I think that was the biggest worry when he first went to Portland. I was like, oh, Phil Neville? Like, are you sure? Like, and they had Evander, and Evander covered up a lot of the cracks in that team, but they just were not overall good. It was just Evander pulling them out of situations all the time. So, yeah, I would agree. Phil Neville, your seat is probably going to be.
But I'm high on Prayer DaCosta, so.
I will also say.
I own one, so.
I will say, you also got to remember they're missing J-Rod and Santi. So that's also their two best players are gone.
Yeah.
But still, just like their defense looked bad.
That doesn't mean concede for.
Yeah, the midfield looked pretty lifeless, even with Char out there. Like, he needs to retire. No offense. Like, he's so old. It was it just wasn't enough. Like, and no, it wasn't looking great. I think, DaCosta looked good. I picked him up off the news because he's one of those guys that has an in-season card, even though he's not in the MLS whenever he arrived. And so, yeah, I think hopefully he can, whenever they get those three starting and good to go, should be a bit better. But for now, yeah, we'll see.
Dude, $10 for DaCosta, I don't hate.
I overpaid in rare.
His rare price is a little gone. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm right around, I think, like 77 somewhere in there.
What did I pay for my limited? I gotta check that. Did I get a?
Yeah, I'm in there.
Nashy up in the mix too. Okay, Nashy, I see you.
I got
Geek in the streets too. That's right, baby. We're all
actually go back to that other dot that's pretty high up. Like go back to the 12th, the high dot on the 12th.
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Yeah.
There he is.
I got mine for $6 off the news. So
no, but he looks good, man. It'll be definitely like if you kind of hold and wait, get in a little bit early, and hope that he kind of like figures it out relatively soon. You could just have a really great card, or kind of
But I'm setting Neville at four games. At 4 games, I think that's kind of what he's got.
Yeah.
Before the plug is pulled on that dude.
We'll see. But Portland woes continue. But we did kind of talk about it a little bit. Even though I have been down on Vancouver and this whole Jaden Nelson conversation, they have Saprissa and CONCACAF, but then they have the Galaxy, Montreal, Dallas, Chicago, Toronto, and Colorado. I guess you could maybe throw Austin in there too. Dude, they have a great run of matchups. On if they could be this explosive, and Brian White didn't even score a goal either. So you're talking they still have Brian White in their back pocket. This could be very, very favorable for them. That's 5 home matches out of the next 7. Like, dude, 8. Oh man, yeah. Look out for Vancouver.
Get yourself a Gould if you haven't. That's the guy you need to have. As much as like we're speculating on Nelson, If you don't have a Gould,
Yeah, clearly
even
you want the gold.
$14 for Gould. I think he's a top 3 midfielder in the league, so rare wise, I would say. And so, especially at home with this run, yeah. I know we brought up his limited price last time. It was at $50. It's at 80 now, so people have already started to catch on.
Yeah, I mean auctions are going in the 60s, not bad. $12 for a classic limited. Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah, man. Vancouver's fixtures in the next couple of weeks. And hey, keep in mind that MLS specialist is in 2 game weeks. So hey, Vancouver got them matchups, boy. Red or Dead in the chat too. What is up? Yeah, anybody, shout out to anybody who's hanging out in the chat. Shout out to anybody watching this on Twitter, Twitch, and or YouTube. Drop your comments in the chat. Let us know what you saw this weekend. We'll talk about it. We'll hop around the league. Tell us the best things you saw this weekend. Yeah, what else did we see this weekend? Zach, what else did you see this weekend? What else is there to talk about?
Let's see. No, we could talk about the Miami game if you want.
Yeah, tell me about the shenanigans. Why is Messi about to get suspended?
Okay. Well, one, he really went after I mean, I don't know. I saw the video about him going against the assistant for NYCFC, and he put his hand on his neck. To me, it didn't look really all that much, but nope, no 3 points.
Damn.
Thomas is a funny guy.
But he had a point. The ref really made it about him in that game. NYCFC should have been down to 10 men as well. The Aviles red was definitely warranted. But boy, oh boy. Unfortunately, with his history, Ian Frey can't be a starter, and it's really sad. That dude is so good. And you like last year when he came back from injury, I mean, he popped 100 like in his first game. You're just so worried about him blowing out his knee for the 4th time, like every time he's on the field, which is really like terrible. But that run he made in the 102nd minute, I think, where he basically like wove through 2 players, then laid that ball off to Messi as he collided with the defender, and then Messi, of course, just finds that through balls. He turned on the Jets, and Segovia just calmly chipped it over. Like that was just a beautiful play that happened there. But Aviles, I believe we were talking about this when they were asking me about Miami last week, and I said, "Yep, him and Falcone. This is the problem. They're going to get cards." Sure enough, red card, right out the gate. We didn't make it very long. Another news: Falcone probably is going to start tonight. I think he's going to get some starting minutes. So, and then Weigant injured, Fafa injured. Somebody else was also injured. Oh, Gressel not even with the team. Gressel's probably getting traded, everybody. But Gressel wasn't even on the bench. What else? There was one other player, I think, that something happened. Oh, and Bright still has the Calendar full training. I wouldn't be surprised tonight if Calendar's starting. You can get his rare keeper for in season for a pretty good price, considering that everybody still thinks Ostari is going to be the guy. But I think Calendar might start tonight. Is another one.
That's
So,
true. Yeah. There is calendar watch on the horizon.
But yeah, I mean, Segovia's Allende not getting the play, and I think that was probably due to the red card. And he definitely burned me in my in-season lineup, which sucked. I'll say that.
Yeah,
but yeah,
sounds about right. Yeah, but shout out to NYCFC making it happen against Miami, who I know after we basically all saw that Santi Rodriguez is getting traded out, we were all like, oh, well, New York City's cooked. Nobody, but guess what? Maxi Morales is still on this team. Alonso Martinez is still getting it done up top. Yeah, other than that, what did you see from NYCFC? Alex, did you watch this game at all, or not really?
That was the same time as like there was another something I was watching. Like I think Mizzou was playing basketball, so I wasn't watching that. But
dang, not the Mizzou basketball.
I saw the Ilinic hit the Sioux against Messi. I thought that was kind of funny. That's all. And then I saw the argument at the end. So is he going to get suspended? Is that, or is it just?
No, he was fined. Messi
it's just fine. Okay, so he'll play. Do you think he'll start next week?
Yeah, I anticipate he's gonna be starting. I don't see why they're gonna sit him, but yeah. So him and Suarez were both fined, which is funny because although Gutierrez was a bit rougher, which I want to talk about it. The babyface assassin Gutierrez getting suspended.
Yeah.
So what did I like? I mean, Maxi Morales with the veteran move of catching Miami napping and laying off that free kick for Illich to just put it right in the back, right across the keeper. And then Alonso Martinez looked very good. Um, other than that, Wolf looked okay. That's probably about it, as I would say, from them.
Yeah. Tough to tell. They were up a man against Miami, and well, it's Miami, so hard to tell. But we'll see. We'll see what NYCFC looks like without Santi Rodriguez.
Also, Alex, we were screwed because Busquets had to drop to the back. He didn't get to play in the mid as much. They had to go to three in the back. And that just killed it. That just killed us, man.
Got some AA. I captained him, and then who else was in my lineup? It was Musa and Leuven, who both had scored him.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I had them both captained at some point, and I switched to Busquets after we talked on the show. So
yeah,
just when we were all excited, he was back in the midfield.
If he stayed in the midfield, he would have had a monster. I still think that.
Goes right back again. Yeah, and this is a conversation that we might want to start having, is that when goalkeepers are going up against Miami, as long as they don't get pumped for 3, they're probably going to be incredibly busy the entire time. So there is a potential to rack up a bunch of AA, because Freeze even conceding 16 AA. Getting it done. 4 saves, 3 from inside the box, 2 high claims. Yeah, that's right. A smother and a sweeper keeper. Come on, man. Matt Freeze was busy.
There was a lot of saves this week, because for context, that's like he's tied for 4th for most saves this weekend. So
yeah,
there was a lot of saves.
That might be a conversation too. Oh, Jay Blaze. Look at that. 3 minutes back, but playing Tansevich for NYCFC is basically like having 10 men. Oh, interesting.
And you can tell by the negative
AA. Oh, Hunter, what is AA? Are we talking Alcoholics Anonymous? Nah, boy. There's no such thing. We party, rave till dawn, baby. AA, Alex, explain what AA is.
All-around score. It's basically like you get points for everything that you do, good or bad. So make a good pass, boom, AA. You lose a duel, you lose some AA. So it's just based on basically what you're doing for how you play.
It's the majority of the scoring matrix for So Rare Football.
It makes it so the scores are more complex than any other fantasy game.
Yeah, exactly, something like that. AA, it's what they collect for the game, all the points that they get for attacking, possession, defense, all these fun stuff, all the things that help you win cash. It's all right, Hunter. We'll come on. We'll do a 101 for you, and that'll actually be good for new viewers. Hunter, we'll talk. There is a lot of talk about Willis and Zimmerman and the Nashville stack that worked. They stood up to the mighty Carlos Hill and Luis Campana. This is about the most perfect MLS result ever. A little 0-0 Nashville and New England. They freaking put Hoodwink to sleep in the middle of the night because it's Nashville. But then Nashville was also, I guess Mukhtar ended up playing, huh? They were supposed to miss a bunch of people and they ended up playing? Is that what the story was?
It got like the day before they sort of announced everything of who was going to be gone and who had a chance to play. And so Mukhtar had a chance. They ruled out Brugman. They ruled out a couple other people, but they also said Mukhtar could play. And so he ended up playing. But yeah, this is like a defensive masterclass for both teams. And Andy Naher is super cheap, by the way. That right back, at least he was. I don't know if he still is, but that could be a decent option.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the ones that I think we talked about, and I know Germ has been pretty high on Andy Naher coming in. Where Walker Zimmerman is obviously a little bit more expensive, because he is an awesome center back. But Andy Naher, yeah, 50 cents. You can get a little classic for 50 cents. I guess they didn't mint new season cards yet.
He came very late to the team.
And I mean, you can still get a rare for $3. So if you don't want to pay around 20 or something for whatever Walker Zimmerman is going for, Andy Naher. But even then, Jack Maher, obviously Walker Zimmerman 2.0 back there. Joe Willis doing the business. And then New England, Brandon Bai is back. Brandon Bai doing good things. Ivacic, I'm pretty high on him, even though he's on a terrible team. And then Carlos Hill, even though without the decisive, still gets that 52. You love to see it. I don't know if any of you spent any time watching this game. I definitely didn't.
No, I unfortunately did not. I mean, I wanted to get back. I still want to go back and kind of watch some of it because I want to see what Campana did. Hey, Thomas, did you buy the Feingold for your U23? Remember, I was talking about him.
Wait, did you just say a signed rare for $3? No.
No, I think sold. Look at sold. I'll do it.
No. That would have been wild if it was. I don't know. I'll let someone go scoop up that gold if it is sitting on the market. But yeah, Nashville, New England. We'll see you another day. And maybe. All right, Mike. All right. Since you brought it up, and who else brought it up? Because Ron over here is saying Ty Baribo to the Golden Boot. Listen, I'm a big Ty Baribo fan. Okay, I've been a big Ty Baribo fan since last year. I'm not a fan anymore. Because Orlando City got pumped 4-2 at home. Happened right in front of me. It happened in my face. The Pasalic goal that we scored in the 7th minute happened right in front of me. I've been trying to tell you that Pasalic looks like the real deal. So does Martin Ojeda. Now with forward cards, you love to see it. As far as everything else, holy crap. Robin Janssen scratched in warm-ups. And then we had Schlegel and Brekalo. Schlegel doing Schlegel things. Dear Lord, it looked bad. But don't get confused. Philadelphia, while they high pressed their little tushies off, and it was very effective. Defensively, I mean, they were giving Orlando City a bunch of chances. Orlando City created a bunch of chances. There was points of the games where their momentum was definitely swinging, but Andre Blake stood on his head, and we also kicked the ball at the keeper a lot. Yeah, I did go and rewatch this game after, and I was like, wow, you know what? It really wasn't as bad. It was just a lot of defensive woes, a lot of Schlegel. Oh, and Rafael Santos is terrible at defense. Yeah, that was really bad. He got cooked on like every goal.
People were hyped on him. Like, if you see his price, people were hyped.
Yeah, but honestly, watching the game, he had a lot of dangerous passes into the box. He was getting in the right areas, passing the ball. It was either getting intercepted or just it was getting to the feet and it was a bad touch and then we weren't doing anything with it. He was getting in the right spots. Like, I was pretty defeated leaving the game, and then after rewatching it, I felt a little bit better. Like, it's not all doom and gloom. They did look decent in the chances that they did create. They just didn't put it away, which is historically what we always do. But the highlight is that Pasalic looks awesome. I think he's going to be really dangerous this year. And Ojeda, as far as that, I would maybe stay away from the rest of the team.
Yeah, was that Tuesta even like visible in that game? His score looks atrocious.
He did what we've been expecting, right? Where he gets forward, he does get a little creative. He did kind of get that secondary assist on that first Pasalic goal. Kind of connecting with Ojeda and Pasalic, kind of the three of them together that led to the goal. So he is getting a little dangerous. But the problem in this game was that the Philly was pressing so high that Atuesta was just getting stuck. They were trying to play out of the back. It would come to his feet, and then he would just basically give it away because it was the immediate pressure. So like his score took a hit from it, but he did look creative in those positions that he wanted to. But he got overrun in the midfield. Like, that Philly midfield just completely just choked the entire thing up.
You know what? At midfield used to do that as well.
What?
First season St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
You know the correlation between those two teams?
Yep.
Exactly.
Carlos Carnell. Yeah. So, dude, Philly's press is going to be a real deal. Wow. I know, like, people aren't really high, and maybe is it Carlos Carnell?
Yeah.
Or
that's
Chris
the
Carnell?
New York keeper, Bradley Carnell. He said
Bradley Carnell.
He said the Red Bulls keeper.
All right, we're putting that one up there with the Christian Bale.
Throw it up.
Dude, with the Christian Bale combat.
Too many names, too many players, too many people. Y'all could eat my shorts. But either way, man, this Philly press is going to be a problem. It's a bunch of young players who want to do cool things. So, yeah, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I don't know.
Not much AA, if you look at it. Not much AA. So
no,
you're going decisive hunting with these guys, and that's how it kind of was with St. Louis when Carnell first took over, minus Leuven. All those guys were just basically relying on decisives, and so I think obviously Wagner, but like, for the attack at least.
Tough scenes, but if you did buy into Orlando early, you think it's going to be a great season. I would not panic just yet. I am not necessarily panicking after a second watch of that game.
Do I have to panic?
I don't know. Oh, I guess you do now, huh? You do got to panic a little bit now.
Look at his forward score. It wasn't actually 85; it was 92.
Oh, so, really?
Yeah, he had a nice little bump. So,
dang it!
And
I'm so mad.
The Toronto matchup should be nice.
Oh yeah, scoring a
Nope.
nice little 92 as a forward card. So confirmed, the forward card is a little bit better than the midfield card, which pump that bag. Guess who didn't get a $20 one on the second day that cards were out? Me, because I was like, I want it cheaper, and it just got more and more expensive. But yeah, we play Toronto next week, and then we play both New York teams, I think.
Yeah, then LA at some point.
Yeah, look, we literally have Toronto, NYCFC, Red Bulls, DC United, and the Galaxy, and then revenge against the Philadelphia Union in Philly.
And then followed back up again by New York.
Yeah, and then the Red Bulls again, Montreal.
Okay. Not bad. Yeah, not a bad run.
We got a few games. As far as I'm concerned, the season hasn't started yet, and it starts this weekend against Toronto. But I don't know. Maybe that's just called coping. I don't know what it is, but here we are. Here we are. Anything else you guys got on Philly, Orlando?
No, I was kind of relying on you for that. But I'm glad to hear Pasalic looking pretty nice. I am interested in a rare, so.
Dude, Pasalic doing it all on both sides of the ball, making it happen. Silky with his feet, taking on defenders.
I'm trying to figure out
spins and tricks and all the fun stuff.
Who I should get to pair with Ojeda, and I'm considering either Pasalic or Angulo. But Angulo is 1/4
booty
of the
cheeks.
price. He's 1/4 of the price.
Okay, we've been doing this for like 2 years. How many times have you heard me say good things about Angulo?
The thing is last year Angulo was like the second best option on the team when it came to Sorare scoring. Like it was what's his name who just left, and then him.
Facundo Torres. Put respect on Facundo Torres' name. Thank you.
He doesn't even respect y'all. You left.
Angulo is the third option on this team.
Okay. So Pasalic for $16, I think.
Yes, I would 100% go Pasalic and Ojeda if you were going to do a little forward midfield stack for Orlando City. That would be the go-to. Then probably followed by Angulo and then Ramiro, I guess.
Whoa! Look, this card's kind of cool. It's got cursive font for. You see this? It's got like cursive font for the midfielders part. I don't know why that's a thing. You see that?
Oh, that's
right.
I
remember when that happened. Yeah, I remember when that happened. The fonts.
Dude, yes, dude. So when they first released that card, right? Everyone was like, "Oh, the cards are cool." But dude, the community outraged over the stupid freaking font because it was different than everything else and it was in cursive. To the point where they literally changed it within a matter of hours. Like, why something so small and insignificant made everybody just like,
and now they're collectibles.
Outraged. I don't know. You guys are the worst sometimes.
Man.
Mike Basson wants you to go buy that Angulo. It could be a season-long thing to go back and forth about.
I don't know. It's not just Jorge who's told me to buy Pasalic, so I think I might just have to do that based on just like people saying that that's who I should buy. But I want the Orlando one so I can get collection bonus, but I'd have to pay probably double.
Yeah, but totally worth it. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. Also,
you don't have either of them, right? Or you have Pasalic.
I have Pasalic. I have the number 1 Pasalic.
You need to get Ojeda.
I really want one really bad, but I'm gonna wait for the animated ones to come out because I'm building an animated collection.
And so, did we get an announcement on when they open? Did we get that?
Not yet.
It'll be after the hollow which we'll call it thing that goes out to the
voting
managers.
Whatever.
Yeah, the voting. Yeah.
Did y'all get emails?
That's tomorrow. They send it out
I didn't
tomorrow.
get it. I didn't get it. Which.
Well, the email said they're going to send out the emails on the 26th, and they're going to announce the winners on the 27th.
Oh,
I guess all you had to do was buy. Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mason Toy.
Mason Toy Defender Hollow.
Community unite, Mason Toy, please.
Yeah. Anybody who gets an email in the community, nominate that Mason Toy Hollow.
The number two toy specifically.
Oh man, you guys are the worst. Anyway, who would we be if we didn't talk about Atlanta United? If Thomas is still in here, Latte Loss is gonna score a latte, baby. Dear Lord, getting a brace on his debut. Miggy Amarone getting a decisive in his debut back home. Saba Labajanise also getting on a decisive sheet. Montreal, though, causing a little bit of trouble. I think maybe they showed up for this game a little bit more than we thought on the back of Prince Owusu. Shout out to Atlanta United, guys. What stood out to you from these from this little game? Anything kind of went as we expected, no?
No, actually, Clark and Duke were not supposed to play, so that was certainly a surprise. Also, Atlanta looking kind of sketch to give up 2 to this team, to be honest. I think we were all kind of banking on the clean sheet. I mean, well, I guess with the premise that Duke and Clark were not playing. Now, while they didn't contribute, yeah.
We got to remember also that we were talking because they had a lot of injuries in the back line, and we said that they could be leaky, and that is what ended up happening. We'll say if that Gregerson first half was great. I don't know if you can do it on computer, but I know on laptop you can like see scores by every 5 minutes where he was at. He was above 60 at the end of the first half. But then they conceded a couple. I don't think you can do it on here, but yeah, he was doing pretty solid. Atlanta's I don't know, what do you call it? Quad. What do we say? The front four. They looked good. Like as expected, they looked good. Saba's on corners, so that's going to be interesting for him. And that's how Latte Loth scored one of his goals, and that's how Saba got his assist. So they're dangerous. They got multiple dangerous options. So I think Saba could be really good going forward with how dangerous they can be on set pieces.
Yeah. I'd also like to say with Atlanta, I mean, it's hard to figure out who's going to be eaten. Like Moranchuk didn't get in on the DA party. You know, it's going to be hard if you own them all because you can't play them all. So, you might just end up with a few headaches here and there. I think you just pick 2 and you just ride them. Like just pick the 2 guys you want if anybody's looking to buy Atlanta guys. And that's what you have to do. If you try to get all of them, you're probably just going to cause yourself more pain than necessary.
Yeah. I mean, I think in a perfect world, everyone gets a Latte Loth and then Miggy Almiron probably. I guess they're both forward cards now because Miggy's new cards are forwards, right?
Yep. But you can still get in-season mids from Newcastle.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's not. I mean, realistically, with both of those players, I feel like you can get away with playing both as forwards, and it really wouldn't matter too much. Yeah, but who would we be, Mike? Who would we be if we didn't bring up the massive George Campbell game with an assist and 15 AA? Continues to get it done. Joel Waterman, who? We're all talking all this greatness about Joel Waterman, but it was indeed George Campbell as always.
Yeah, Campbell's price is just so extreme. I mean, granted, he's U23 player, so I understand his bump, but like his price is so wild. Like when I was looking at, again, I look in rares, so like I don't know in limited what he's going for, but like the in-season cards.
I mean,
like
still
$20. I think he's like 100 and something in rare.
That's wild
for a defender. Yeah. $94 that last auction. That's
like a dip. Yeah, look, that's a dip because he was like 140. Like,
yeah, before the game week Latte Instabot for 163.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, buddy. But hey, I mean, sometimes you got to risk it for the biscuit. If you paid up, it probably worked out for you. Did you get your money back? I don't know, but hey, it's a possibility. Hey, it is a possibility.
You could have won a $5 on a hot streak with him.
Yeah. Oh, a little $5, little $168 turned into $5, baby. That's how we like to do it. That is how.
But just off the highlights, I mean, Montreal looked fun, and like they're going to probably be a little reckless, and you can expect them to be giving up goals, but I think they're going to score pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, ever since last year, they're just a scrappy team. They're going to make it happen. They may not win a lot of games, but they're going to cause problems. They're going to be in games. They're going to make them fun. They're going to bring the chaos. Anything else you guys want to talk? Oh, I guess okay. I guess there's another debut we got to talk about. Jonathan Bamba.
Yeah,
showing up. Bamba. Chicago Fire scoring goals for once. Gutierrez. Look at that. You wanted to talk about Guti, but the Columbus Crew. Wilfred Nancy, no Cucho, no problem, baby, because Diego Rossi is finally back. Hopefully better than last year. This is what we needed to see last year, but hey, maybe we'll get it this year. You had thoughts on Guti. Where's your head at on this Gutierrez?
I mean, the 2 guys who I thought who I had high hopes for showed up, Guti and Bamba. And then you have a Connect 4 of red on this screen. You just hit 4 in a row. Look at that. Awful.
Dang.
That is just that is terrible.
Dude, the Chicago Fire are fantastic.
All right, any team playing the Fire, just attack down that side. You will
Attack
score.
left. Holy smokes, that's bad.
But not too left. You might run into Dean.
Yeah. Watch out
Yeah,
for
not too
Dean.
left. Left middle.
I will say
Gutman looks
Thomas
pretty
was right.
good.
Thomas was right
Yeah.
about Gutman.
Jack Elliott, I mean, he just had no chance of like racking up. I don't think he played badly, but what can you do with what happened there? So, but yeah, I mean, Kuiper's not getting in on it is sort of to be expected, but I'm not down 100% on him yet. I still think that there's something there if they can kind of put it together.
Yeah. What did you see from this game, Alex? Especially on the Columbus side, who I guess no one really knew what to expect from Columbus. But yeah, they managed to happen. Diego Rossi looked incredible, even doing the Cucho celebration in honor of his good friend Cucho Hernandez, which is awesome to see.
Won a penalty this weekend for Betis, so that was cool. But those defenders for Columbus, like that should be who the three is. I don't think Camacho should be back there, and you can see their prices are going up, all three of them. And that was who I was trying to go after because I thought that because of rotation, people were shaky about those three of who to pick up. And so I was trying to do that. I didn't get it in time, and so that was good. Russell Rowe, who we talked about being their new number 9 possibly, showed up, scored a goal, and then Rossi with the brace. That's probably where a lot of this is going to come from is Rossi trying to do his own thing. I don't have one, so I don't know how to feel about like where to play him in like the hierarchy of forwards. But he's definitely, I'd say he's probably around top 5. He's close. Because Messi, Benteke, Peck, Buanga, who else? Would we throw
Bamba, Latte Lath at this point? I don't know.
Yeah, Almidon.
Yeah.
Ojeda.
Okay. No.
Yeah.
But he's
a very quality. Yeah, he's a very quality. You could, with some of the names you listed, you could also just put Rossi in there as well. Like, he is in a tier with just below the 3 studs.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of the problem is that he had like such a down year last year that we're a little bit like I don't know. It's like it's kind of hard to trust Rossi after like having a down year last season. But yeah, no Cucho. He is obviously a lot of it's going to fall on his shoulders. So hopefully he does.
No Cucho, no Ramirez, to be fair too.
Yeah, and no Ramirez.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see. But another thing is like I know we had questions on like whether Shambos would start or not, and they did end up managing to fit in Sawadsky, Nagby, and Shambos in there too. And I know a lot of people were really high on Shambos last year, then maybe going into this year too, maybe taking some time to figure out the league, but he did show a few flashes at the end of last season. So, and Ducky chiming in, Gressel back to the crew. Who says no? other than Gressel himself.
Yeah, after being benched. He got
benched in Columbus too.
Yeah, he got benched in Columbus. So after being benched in Columbus, and then not even being put on the bench in Miami, I think he's just going to go to podcasting, or he better be traded to like Atlanta.
Podcasting. Get him on the show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he is a podcast.
He has a good podcast. Yeah, and then but he's like, just send me to Atlanta. The problem is Miami has to probably eat 80% of that contract just to send him somewhere.
Would they though? So he doesn't go after him on the podcast again?
He's never said anything about them, honestly.
I'm going to start listening to that podcast after the Messi fallout again, and get all the tea from Julian Gressel as he gets kicked out of Miami, a 3rd team in like 2 years. Yikes!
I mean, we're paying him over $1 million.
Yeah, Mike Baston. When he asked who to pick as the MLS forward other than studs, he got a Rossi Rare for $30. You're welcome, Mike. I'm glad it worked out. And I'm also kind of upset I didn't pick one up. Now I'm like, well, dang, where the heck was I?
No, we gotta help. We don't always have to come out the best.
First of all, I mean, I knew exactly we would tell you who to get, and if we were wrong, that's on you.
It's like, look, man, I'll tell you what I'm seeing on the market, but I can't guarantee it's gonna work out. Yeah. I mean, $50 for an in-season feels like a lot. No, you can get one for $11 on the classic streets. If you're into that kind of thing, which apparently people aren't, but whatever, it's still fun to me. Dang it, still fun to me. Anything else? Anything else sticking out? I'm trying to see if we like missed anything else big. Any other big storylines from the weekend?
I mean, nothing that should surprise anybody, but Benteke banged home a header. That's just a given every week. It was a nice one too. They're always nice, but that one was nice. Yeah, I guess we didn't talk about Bruce Ball.
Oh,
Bruce Ball is back.
Oh, that's right.
Bruce Ball is back.
We gotta get through the show without talking about Bruce Arena and the Bruce Ball back. San Jose Earthquake stomping Real Salt Lake 4-0. And guess what? They're two strikers, Joseph Martinez and Chicho Arango. The big signings they brought in didn't even do nothing. But you know who did? Christian Espinosa.
3 defenders: Ricketts, Rodriguez, and Vitor Costa. They had 3 goals by 3 defenders, which I feel like is a stat in all of itself.
Usani Buddha getting a goal in Major League Soccer.
Look at that, Rodriguez AA.
Dude, he was on my bench this week. I didn't play. I didn't stack him with Daniel.
6 AA, 11 duels, 1.
I was I was trying to buy him for so long, especially when I saw you get him, Zach. I was like, I need him, and then I just never did. And
I don't know why I didn't stack him. I played Yamani. I guess because it was Yamani. That's how I talked myself out of not playing him with Daniel. But also not only 66 AA, but after he scored his goal, picked up a small child who ran on the field and returned him to his parents. That's like a 40 AA move right there. That's like 40 AA.
That was a decisive. That was a decisive. I'll pull it up because this is hilarious if you guys haven't seen it. Oh god, I gotta try.
Yeah, Brian Gutierrez is suspended for touching a ref.
No, for elbowing
someone.
elbowed Chambeau, right?
Yeah,
he elbowed Chambeau in the back of the head.
Oh, elbow to the back of the head, party foul.
Yeah,
party foul. Is that
he was getting real physical. I don't know why he was so upset, but something happened. He was super upset, and then he went after him like on the sideline and just pushed him and then put the old elbow into his head.
It's kind of blurry, but you can kind of see.
He had that Chicago fire in him, dog. All right, so what? He goes.
Yeah, so right up, like, right there. You see that arm go up?
Oh, yeah, he just...
Yeah.
I love how he argues. He's like, come on.
He got his anger out, I guess, because he didn't seem angry after that.
Yeah, but that elbow... No, but there's a good angle of it that I saw that the elbow really does kind of come up pretty good and hit him in the head.
SAWFT. Soft. That was soft. So soft. Get out of here with that.
Did you see the Miami lineup? I sent it in the private chat. We can look at it though.
I'll pull it up in a second. I do want to shout out Mike Basson with Pablo Ruiz. I think he brought it up the last show. He did bring up Pablo Ruiz. He said, hey, he should be back if he's healthy. 65 and a 4-0 defeat. I do agree. Oh, and Justin Glad after I sold him in the offseason because they clearance off the line. But it is, I think I've been pretty open that I was really down on Real Salt Lake. I thought it was just going to go from bad to worse. Yeah, looking pretty bad. But Bruce Ball is back. Are we all believers? Yes. I think we're all pretty bought in on the Bruce Arena Ball, huh?
I mean, I think we were believers since day one. Once he got sent over there, we've been real hyped on the Earthquake, and it seemed to have paid off for us.
Yeah.
So chalk one up to the Sits boys for getting it right.
Even if Pellegrino was on the bench.
Look at that AA though.
Oh, 52 minutes though. Damn.
That's pretty good.
That's good.
Can't argue that, bro.
Hey, he might get with how many off the bench decisive we've got in this game. That could be a thing. He could be that off the bench guy.
Oh, little cap guy.
So
little specialist guy.
Espinoza he's around the same. He went up to 30-ish, but he's like 24. That's still pretty good, honestly.
Look at that! Look at that rare price up there. 257.
Good matchups. That's insane.
Sporting Minnesota, yeah.
Is this when you scoop in your Chichos though?
Maybe on the way down. Yeah, is he on the way down?
Well, he didn't rise.
I didn't really watch a lot of this game, if any at all. Did Chicho even look fine? Was he dangerous? Or was he just kind of walking around just pouting and saying
He had some moments. No, he looked good. So I'm not. Again, I think he's ready to go. He probably needs to say a few unsavory things in the locker room to get himself going. But once he does that,
He's gonna do it to himself this time, though. He's not gonna do it.
The scoring streak will be on.
Yeah. No,
We can look at this real quick. Frey starts, which I like.
I love that. Oh, Falcone's in. Oh man, Calendar didn't even make the bench, huh?
Yeah, I guess he's still hurt.
Still, I mean, he's 100% participating. So now I'm wondering what the heck's going on.
Allende starts luckily.
And yes, he does.
Gressel on the bench.
Gressel on the bench.
Ooh, a Gressel sighting.
All right, time to showcase him so we can move him.
He's still going to be too expensive.
Did we
That's
really?
The problem with Julian Gressel, man. Yeah, is that the only CONCACAF game tonight, or is there more?
No, LAFC Colorado second leg too. I don't think ours hasn't came through yet. Yeah.
There you go. Shout out to anybody who's going to stay up late. I know all you Euro boys across the pond. It's a little tough for you to stay up, but CONCACAF will be played tonight. Miami will try to take down the mighty SKCs.
Yep.
And Colorado.
I like that wording. They will try to take down.
Yes. Well, dude, sorry to let you know.
I got you.
We already gave the ref the jersey. He's getting the pregame jersey, so that way he doesn't come out afterwards.
That's a good thing, though, for us. So then, he doesn't have to sway the calls to get the jersey.
You know, as much as I like to make fun of Messi and Inter Fort Lauderdale and all that fun stuff, the referee that got Messi's jersey has gotten in trouble for shenanigans with Miami in the MLS before, specifically against Orlando City. Yeah, dude. So this guy, he's just really known for causing shenanigans in CONCACAF and around the refereeing sphere, especially when it comes to Messi. As soon as I saw that, I knew his face immediately, and I was like, "Oh, I was like, don't get me started." This guy.
Hey,
good night, Mike. Good night.
CONCACAF sanctions him. We don't.
Well, now he's suspended for 6 months.
Yeah, now he's suspended.
Did he get the jersey? Did we find out if he got a jersey? Because I know that Eric Tommy got the on pitch one.
Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know if he got them.
They've definitely had Argentinian pizza together.
I was gonna make a really off-color joke, but I decided against it since
we'll see. We hit the end stream button, bro. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
But yo, shout out to anybody who's been hanging out in the chat, anybody who's been hanging out with us during this epic show. The first MLS game week is through and through. Shout out to those who made it to Division 1. Shout out to those who made it to Division 2. If you're in Div 3, it's okay. It happens. Sometimes Zaha has a baby and sits out and gives you a DNP. But it's all right, because guess what? We have a whole season, baby. Just like I tell all my Orlando City friends, you know what? It's one game. It's the beginning of the season. It'll be fine. Zach, do you have anything else? Anything else you saw this weekend? Anything else you want to bring up before we get out?
No, I don't think I talked about my lineups, but
if you want to talk about them, you can talk about them, bro.
I mean, all in all, let's see. Prio lineup, if you haven't pulled up, I don't know, you got it up? Yeah. Prio lineup, got the D1 Fast Pass. Hartel and Gill really didn't do anything in a couple 0-0 games. My second Prio, this was my second Prio team. Not good. Yamar, own gold. Very sad.
95th.
My in-season missed by 5 points because they didn't play and Luka didn't do too much.
All you needed was a start.
Yeah, look at this. Like, defender, I got clean sheet, and then I got Bamba. So this one kind of hurt to not get the bonus essence. And then in my third, where I didn't put Rodriguez in, I ended up also getting a fast pass to D1. So this squad ended up being real solid, but with Rodriguez, I think yeah. And then let's see, tonight I have 3 correct so far. So now we just need to see if Fry and Neymar play tomorrow.
There you go. I was actually worried about the Seattle guys, because didn't they smashed that first leg, didn't they? Like 4-1 or something?
Yes.
Yeah, so I was like, ugh.
It's all I had. I didn't have anybody else, so I don't really care about this midweek, to be honest. But real quick, I do want to say how angry I am. Some people might also feel this way. Both the essence being directly loaded into your thing kind of stinks because if you play like I only play MLS, so I only get MLS. But like if you get a big week and you end up with a huge mixture, you can't really target
Separate it.
an MLS guy, which really sucks. Like you used to be able to open your boxes and then pull the lever when you wanted to. Now that kind of doesn't happen. And my second issue is I won 500 XP. Because Messi is a level 6 card for me,
Yeah.
he is getting the level 6 resting period. Even though I think he should be open to be XP'd because effectively you just created this new system. So every player should be able to be XP'd until they hit their first level, and then you put them on the timer of not being able. So basically I have like Bamba and a few other in-season cards that are like level 1s that I can apply my XP to, and that's kind of horseshit as far as I'm concerned. So rare do better on those two fronts.
I just realized I never used my level ups.
Oh,
And they were like
dude.
double boosted too. Like you could double boost XP.
Dude, you're the worst. You are the worst.
Oh, that's bad. You could have had like a level whatever Messi.
Yeah, he had like 100 of those things.
You know, they should have texted me or something. I don't know, man.
I think they put out like 4 tweets. And I think we talked about it on the show every time.
You know what's funny is like I remember like getting like a notification. I was like, oh, it was like today's the last day, and I was like, oh, I need to do that. And I checked what time it was ending, and I was like, okay, cool. And then I forgot about it, and I just never went back and I did it. Oh boy, come on, y'all, man. I just be doing things sometimes, you know.
Yep, we're gonna forget about it after today.
Yo, should
And
I crack
that's
this essence or should we wait?
You got something to crack?
I got 30 limited essence.
Hoodwink, is this where I put? Is this where I put my XP?
Essence.
Hoodwink, do I put my XP here? Question. That's all I have to ask.
So Hoodwink, yeah, I'll show you. Like, let's go to my cards.
So it's just that you can't fully level them up, or rather than a cooldown. Yeah,
no,
so I haven't looked at this either. So it'll be kind of cool. It just kind of happens on the interweb.
If you go to my screen here, so it was grayed out earlier. See, I can't apply it, even though I have 500 because he's on cooldown for being level 6, which is it says 0 XP available. But then if I go to like Bamba. Oh, it let me apply it earlier. That's funny. I wonder if it's because of what. Oh, they took it away. What's going on? Let me refresh. Oh, it's back now. All right. Yeah, so for Bomba, I can apply it now. But if I go back to Messi, it's still going to be grayed out.
Oh, I see.
Or at least
Pico player chiming in, saying it's not a cooldown. You just need the full XP required.
Oh, that's weak.
So, yeah, in order to use it, I guess you need the full amounts.
Lame.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well,
Red or Dead with Essence. It's just going to wait till he gets more percent MLS until he crafts.
Pico, thanks for the info, but I feel like that's so weak. Like, that means I just have to sit on it. Like, you know, I guess they're trying to force you to use it all the time, even though you might not want to on certain play. Like, just to hold it.
Yeah. I have 70% MLS Essence. Should I crack this 20 or should I wait?
No, they screwed it up, right?
Did they fix it?
I think they fixed it. Yeah, because earlier it was like 60% neutral and not MLS.
Right, I say week 1. I would crack if I had. I'm just short, so I say you crack.
I'll crack too. I have enough too. I was waiting.
And then rare. Okay, rare is 75% Challenger, 25 MLS. So maybe
don't crack that one.
Maybe I should save the rare, right?
Yeah, wait for that to flip into your favor.
Oh,
that's fair, Pico. That's fair. That is fair.
Yeah. So hey, we're all learning as we go. We're all getting in here. Crafting L5s to get L5s. Yeah, come on, baby. All right. So are we cracking Essence? Is everybody cracking a little bit of Essence today?
If I had some, I would crack. I am just short, like I said.
Yeah, I'll crack just because.
I'm at 16 and 16 for both.
Yeah, go ahead. I got you pulled up.
All right.
I haven't cracked football in months, so like this is gonna feel good.
Let me get a Jude Bellingham, please. Thanks.
What was your splits? That's a high number right there.
Oh, Spanish goalkeeper.
A starter? Okay.
Nope. Damn. All
At
right,
least it was La
ZM,
Liga.
are you cracking some messes with the boys tonight? No?
Me?
He already said he
Yeah.
wasn't.
You already
Yeah,
said you went?
I have 16 and 16. I'm just shy on both.
Oh, I heard. Yeah, I
So,
got 70% MLS. All right, come on, baby. Give me
yeah.
that messy. Give me
But
that
I'll
messy
crack next
boy.
week. I'll crack next week if I get over with Freshie for week 1 for week 2.
I've been itching to crack football essence, so we're gonna go for it today. We're gonna make this thing happen.
MLS.
Ooh.
Ooh, Colombia.
Muriel.
Oh God, please no.
Yamar? Oh, I don't even know who that is.
Fernando Alvarez, 21.
All right, I'm going to say that's an important card because Montreal does not really get international players like that are not Canadian. So the fact that you have somebody who's not Canadian on Montreal means they care about that dude.
Does he start?
Yeah, I mean, no, he came off the bench.
He'd be starting
and
sometimes.
got -6 AA. So yeah, I mean,
Well, they
something,
scored
I
a
guess.
they scored a late goal. Remember,
Yeah.
Atlanta did.
I could probably sell it for like $1.
Definitely.
No, you
go.
He's good,
I
last
guess he was
season.
good.
Gotta hold. Use him U23.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, I don't really have defenders, especially in U23. So if he does play a little bit, that'll be just a U23 piece just to get it in there. But hey, we're cracking some essence. Hey, listen, Petrasso, not for nothing. He spent a little bit of time in Orlando. We loaned him out. He came back. He was pretty nice, to be honest. Like, not so much getting forward, but in possession and in defense. I would say defensively, he's better than Rafael Santos. Yeah, so Petrasso's not a terrible player, man. He just kind of looks a little awkward and a little funny looking sometimes. But Petrasso's nice, so that'll be interesting to see. But if it's a battle between them and Petrasso, that'll be interesting to kind of keep track of. And Montreal's scrappy. They're fun. They're a fun little team. But yeah, dude, shout out to anybody who checked out this episode, anybody who hung out in the chat, anybody who enjoys the MLS, thriving with the MLS. And hopefully you're winning a bunch of things. Hopefully we'll be back at the end of this week. I don't know about me since I'm moving this weekend, but maybe Thursday, somebody can fire up a little weekend preview, a little player picks or something, maybe. No, okay, maybe. We'll see.
You never know.
Shout out to y'all. If we don't see you again this week, we'll definitely see you next week. Things will start to ramp up against next week when life stops getting a little hectic. And yeah, good luck. Hope you win some essence, get those crazy epic pulls, and buy a lot more things because it's fun. And don't you worry, that special, we're all gonna win a bunch of cash. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you next time, and just be awesome. Be nice.